or to that wonderful person that logs on at 3 o'clock every time and watches the recording, good morning to you as well. So thank you for jumping on board. We really love doing these live streams. It makes us pay attention to what's in the book to share some best bets. I am going to share my screen so the presentation jumps up. Rob, can you just give me the nod? Let me know that it's come up okay.
Yes, it's good.
It's in presenter mode. There we go. So good evening, everybody. Peter Heat's my name. Robert introduced us. I'm going to talk to you about our wonderful online May and June program. I hope everyone had a very profitable Mother's Day. Sorry, I shouldn't say profitable. They had a lovely Mother's Day with their families and mothers and whoever they might be. And in the lead up, I hope you had a profitable period of trade. The feedback we've had from talking to the suppliers and also to members is that Mother's Day was very successful this year. Feedback we got was that members love some of the new product, Garden al Fresco and some of the bush spices and some of the new products, which was wonderful to think they were so successful. I will start working on this page down. So the agenda today, I'll try and keep to the 20 minutes. I'll try not to speak too quickly because I have watched myself in the past. We'll talk briefly about Made in Australia Week. I'll take you through the May and June online on deals. We'll talk about the Refer a Friend, our energy savings, and a quick ad for the diary program that's just up and running. If we go through the May-June booklet, it is a wonderful booklet. Please open, it's an electronic booklet, so we both email it to you, we put it in our notes. You can log on to the website and look at it. Please pay attention to the index or the contents page, which I've highlighted to the right. We try and fill that full of discounts. So it's got, sorry, I've just realised why my little pointer is not working. I haven't plugged in the USB, so give me 1 second. Oh, that's better. It's working. Thank you. So it's got the booklet. It's got offers from 40 different vendors. So it's one of our biggest booklets. There's well over 100 pages of offers. What I like to point out is that we have pages and pages of exclusive member discounts. So there's 20 of the vendors are giving discounts. The highest is up to 60%. So it's some clearance lines. Please have a look at the contents. Look down that red box. Look for these icons and tell you where to hunt through. In the book, we're introducing one new vendor, Yetzel, which I'll talk about shortly. What are the themes in this May-June program? We've tried to dissect into 4 main categories. There's what we're calling winter essentials. There's confectionery, toys, and travel. And I'll take you through those. And a little ad, please look for these icons throughout the booklet and through the offers, and I'll highlight them through tonight's presentation. Because if the vendor's giving you a discount, we encourage you to stock up on when it's there. Quick little ad about Australia Made Week. In our program last month for April, we had a whole section on Australia Made. It was about a dozen suppliers, some new ones, Australian Bush Spices, Banksy Gifts, and Tarquin Lavender. It's made an appearance. Australia Made Week is next week, May the 24th. You have time to get some product to feature it. There will be a lot of publicity. And we do strive to find as much Australian made product as we can. It does get a bit challenging. There's some good news I sent to a lot of members today that used to buy Stone socks. What's her name? Amelia and Harry have retired. Harry's 80, which is just staggering. He's been making socks that long. We found a new owner for Australian-made socks, so that will continue. So a little bit of an ad. Jump onto the website. If you need a copy of it, happy to send it out to you. But there's some wonderful books, some wonderful vendors in your store where you can have Australian-made. New supplier, Yetzel. I'd love to know what it means. They don't know what it means. We've told them, but it's a wholesaler based in Sydney. Amanda and I were thrilled to meet the Yetzel team when we were at one of the gift fairs. They came in to meet us. They've been playing in this discount variety store. So in that $2 shop, which is not $2 shop, or what are there? There's the reject shop. There's the chicken treat. Think of all that in that value segment. They've been trading in that space since 1956. So they've been importing product to meet this demand, and they're experts at it. The categories, have a look at this front page. So they work in medical and personal care, hardware, toys and sporting, travel goods, home and garden, electrical, which is cables and cords, pet products, which is a growing category. Really important. I think Marissa's jumped on from Collinsville. Yarn, we've had some great success with our stores in the country selling yarn during the change of season. We had a few vendors. We had one that fell over. So this is a new one. So having another yarn supply is great. Stationery and craft, lots of kitchen accessories, and more importantly, seasonal. So what do we think? My tips there, yarn is something to have a look at. They're seasonal, we're going to draw on. They'll feature in our Christmas book coming up, and we'll incorporate that into our programs going forward. And their toys and sporting is a good section. And I'll talk a bit about travel later on. So, I think that brings us up to vendor number 84 in the program. Our goal is to try and find you as much product as we can to supplement, as posters providing less and less in this merchandise space, we'll just find more and more to give you options so that you can, if you're competing with a chemist or a newsagent in town or an independent supermarket, we'll have a variety of vendors that you can buy from at great products and great margins. So that's Yatsel. Have a look in the booklet and find some products that they're promoting. Let's move on to winter essentials. I know I'm in Melbourne. I know I fall into that trap that winter's cold and cool and Queensland's not as cold, but I'm talking about a change of season. And I do know that these products do sell up in the warmer climes because they do get a change. So I'm not Melbourne centric. I do know there's demand for these products. There's three little products on this page I'd like to draw your attention to. The first one is a great little product, Pacific Optics. There's an MDU there on there. They've got beanies, they've got scarves, they've got gloves, they've got slippers, and they've got some socks. It's a great little collection. There's a stand to put in the product there. All the RRPs are from $12.95. We get a 5% discount as a member, which is great. And more importantly, it's a sale or exchange. Now, for those of you who participated last year with sale and credit, sale and return, this one they've said, happy to take the product back, but your credit needs to be used on something in the Pacific Optics range going forward. We suggest that's probably getting ready by the time you return it, maybe some of their hat range in their summer range or some of their cables, their rugged range for their USB. So I think it's still a great solution to dabble in it. And the returns are very, very low because this unit sells. The other thing, they've opened up now, you can have clip strips. So if you don't want to do the full stand, it's like I just want to strip of beanies or I just want to do gloves, you can play in that space. Gibson Gifts. We love the team at Gibson Gifts. They run a very, very professional show. They've got a dozen reps on the road. They do 7 or 8 themes or launches a year. This is their winter launch. Its focus is very much on they play in that fashion space. So the colours are contemporary, the designs are modern. The retail price is $24.95. All the margins are over 50%, and they give all our members a 5% discount. So it's a great little product to have. So think about town, because the chemist will have a product, maybe the newsagent. So you've got plenty of offers here to find something different in your town to dabble in that space. They've also got a rep. You can speak to a rep, will give you some advice what to buy. The third one is Ivy's. Ivy's, we bumped into Ivy's a few years ago. If you've ever been to the gift fairs, you'll see Ivy's. They have, I don't know, is it 6 bays, so 6 aisles, hundreds of bays of product. They are the absolute example of fast fashion. They get products, it's here for a couple of weeks, and it just churns. So this is a product, it's very, a polite word, it's entry-level pricing. It's on the lower end products. So you can buy a beanie for $6 and sell it for $10. So their margins are magnificent. I think their recommended retails are a bit low. I think you can easily add a few dollars, $5 to some of the products and increase your margin. But if you're looking for scarves, looking for throws, looking for beanies, it's a really good range in the product. If you go back to our, when we did the Christmas, Mother's Day pre-buy, there's some little examples in that video of how to merchandise the scarves on a rail that you get for shops. So really good. This is our wearables, our fashion type range that does sell well in the cooler months. Couple of other winter essentials. Hand warmers have always sold well. For years and years, we had it at Post. It was a very good product. Ken and the team at EJF have gone and broadened that whole product category, and it's now called the body warmer segment. Now, what does body water means? Well, they've got the toe warmers, they've got hand warmers, they've got lap warmers, and they've got body warmers. This is that magic property. If you haven't used it, you sort of shake it. There's some magic. I don't know how it happens, some chemical reaction. And some of this stuff lasts for 6 to 8 years. I know Rowan, my old boss, used to play golf every Saturday morning. He'd tee off at sunset. He'd have 2 pairs in his front pockets and 2 in his back just to get him through. That lasts the whole round. Really good product. Great impulse line. If you just want to put the hand warmers, put it on the counter. If you've got the ability, you've got some slat wall, you can make a whole bay. They come in CDUs. They fit nicely on the shelf. Margins are just under 50%, and the retails up to $8 for the full body warmer. So sitting back and cuddling that while you're watching Netflix or something. So a new product from an existing supplier, but it's a category that you know that works. And I really encourage people to have a look at that winter one. A favourite, if you've been dabbling in winter at all, you know the Slumbies brand. It's been around for many, many years. It changed distributors a few years back and went to Sunbird. Sunbird have just refined it a bit. No longer do you have to buy the stand, which is just a wonderful stand, because these slippers, people buy them, get out of their work boots, get out of their high heels from work and put on some slippers when they get home. Great for kids, great for adults, contemporary colours on the stand, sells very well. Or you think, oh, that's a bit much. I just want to buy it loose. I think I can put it on some peg hook. I can put on some slat ball. You can buy loose. So Slumbies, certainly worth having a look. It's a proven performer, and I think they sell for $24.95. So it's just under $25 for a pair for slippers. That's fantastic. So a couple more in that sort of fashion space. Let's move to books. We get lots and lots of feedback from members saying, the books are drying up. Where can I get books? I can't get as many books as I used to get. But we recommend 2 or 3 vendors. But in this booklet, there's 2 offers to look at. Please jump on the Brumby Sun State website. I've said it a few times. They have 120,000 books to choose from. So if you've got a theme, you've got a theory, if you want to have a religious section, they've got religious books. You want to do history, you want to do biographies, you want to do travel, you name it, they've got it. What are we focusing on this year, or for this edition? We've said winter cooking is what we'd like to focus on. So we've got the slow cooking books, we've got the air fryer books, we've got the soups, we've got slow cooking, the whole collection that you can make a wonderful display to supplement some air fryers and some appliances I'll get later on. So please, some great feedback on the team. They've lowered their minimum order to $250, which is wonderful. They've also lowered it down to $150, but then you've got to pay an admin fee. So they've been listening to the members' requests, because you can make a wonderful collection of books from the range. They've also got some field people and give some advice. You say, look, I've got a wall bay, I'm in a country town, the closest bookshop is 200 kilometres, what do you recommend? They will help you curate a range. So have a look at the Brumby. The next team is Heron. They've been around for donkey's years, based up in Queensland. They are the book distributors. They are the specialist in bundle books. The sample we've got up there, this is their novel bundle. You know the authors. It's Harlan Corbin, it's James Patterson, it's Jason Bourne, all these great books. They sell for $7.99, giving a 50% margin. Or we encourage you to do the bundle offer, 3 books for $20. Great in country towns, great in holiday locations, just a really little impulse, takes up no room. It's enough to fit in a bin with a price card on it. They too will work on sale of exchange. And what does that mean? If you buy a bundle of books and say you want this one's crime novels, and they've sold, and for some reason the Jason Bourne ones haven't sold, if the book's in good condition, the team at Heron will take it back and put some more on your next bundle that comes out. So really good in your impulse queue in these cooler months to get into winter reading. So paperback novels. So think about your store. What can you put in? But we certainly encourage you to have a look at Heron. Appliances. Wow, appliances. The demand we have for appliances, it's never ending. We've also had feedback that Post seems to bring less appliances, so pressure on us to find more and more. This one is Sunbeam. Sunbeam is a great trusted brand. It's been selling in Australia for over 100 years, so your customers will know who it is. It's known, it's quality. The pricing they've given us is exactly the same as the Sunbeam online pricing. The RRPs go from $44 up to, I think, there's $160 on some of the lines. The margins are tight. They're always tight on appliances at 16%. I think in some there might be a scope down another $5 or a few dollars to maybe get that up to 20%. But certainly from an appliance range, if you can sell it on, display it on the store. People will buy it. One, a lot of people prefer to buy from a retailer because they find the exchanges easier. And Dynamic, well, they're just so good to deal with. MOQs are one, they handle returns, they're fast, they dispatch it the next day, and you can build a wonderful display for winter. And there's pages and pages, I think it's 4 pages of Sunbeam appliances. So have a look at that. Next, what would winter or the cooler months be without confectionery? Really important impulse product. There's 5 offers I'd like to talk you through to have a look at. The most important or the biggest one to look at there is the Kelly's Candy offer. This is their winter offer. It's their best-selling winter bundle. And what's in the winter bundle? It's got caramel fudge, it's got Rocky Road, it's got coconut rough, it's got ice punch, it's got all those classic winter lines. We did it last year and it's absolute boomer. The 25% discount is a great entry level to get your initial order. Then for the 2 months of winter, they'll give all members 15% off the replenishment. The replenishments are actually more than initial orders last year, so we know it resonates. Rob's going to be promoting this in some of his emails. It's a really good product to look at. So if you're writing down best bets and you've got a little book, write down Ranging Kelly's Candy. It presents really well on a slat wall next to the counter. It's not in supermarkets. You won't get 50% discounts in the grocery. Really good product to look at. I'll slow down. Thank you. Chocolate impulse confectionery is really important. It's got 2 benefits. You take it home to munch on yourself or to throw in a parcel. So the Chocolate Mama range has got everything from tubs to bags, to freckles, to tent packs. You can build a wonderful collection. You can have a side of a 4-way, have a bin in the impulse line, or some slat wall on the counter. They give members a 5% discount. My favourite there is to chock up on the chocolate-coated raspberries or their chocolate-coated range. So they've got mixed berries, white chocolate berries, and white chocolate raspberries. So they've got a full collection. And I know from my experience when we were dealing with the chocolate box people, chocolate berries are an absolute boom during these cooler months. Fill a bin and watch them fly. The third member of our winter confectionery treats is Ministry of Chocolate. Their chocolate is just magnificent. They've got their winter staples range. What I think will go really well there is a bag of chocolate snakes. So they've got some chocolate coatings, they've got some blocks, and they've got some hot chocolate products. So really little product. And once again, we thank the team at Ministry of Chocolate who are giving all their members a 10% discount. Keep an eye out for those icons. Doesn't it look, it's so striking. It jumps out to me on the page when I see those discounts. And I know members tell us as they turn the page, they just look at what's on special, what shall I buy? So that puts pressure on us to make sure we keep giving you the deals. Confectionery continued. Scott Brothers Candy. It's not so much a winter line, it's an impulse line. It sells all year round. They've got little counter units. I encourage people, don't go the carrot, go the full whole hog, get the MDU, fill it up, great product. And they've got 5% discounts, got 10% discounts on the stand. The product sells for $6.99. It comes in I think it's a glass jar. I must get someone can, Amanda or Rob can check it. It's either glass or a plastic jar, but it's classic boiled lollies and it sells very well.
Glass jar.
Thank you, Robert. It's a glass jar. I know this is being recorded. I hate to be telling myths, truths. The second product, or the fifth product looking at, is Sweet Health. Now, we did launch this for Easter time, and just last week I was speaking to Sarah from Lucindale in South Australia, who bought the product. It's a little bake and take. So it's something you can do at home. You can gift it to a granddaughter, give it to somebody, and make a cake. Once again, it comes in a beautiful glass jar. I'll just hold it up. Now, Rob, I can't see. Is that can you see that on the slide okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. So it's a bit small, but it comes in a beautiful jar. There's a large size and there's a small size. Sarah was thrilled how it went, and she's going to stock up again and once again for Christmas. So have a look at that if you're looking for something in that gift, that sort of gift, eat and gift, I think I'll call that category. And normally I wouldn't put the PFD in this confectionery offer, but we send the promotions out every month. They do very, very good promotions. What drew me to this one is Bjorno's on special. I know from my time at Post, we would sell hundreds of thousands of dollars at Bjorno during winter. It's a really great product. It's female, it's portion controlled. Each little finger is individually wrapped. It's light. I would buy dozens and dozens of boxes. I'd tip it into an impulse bin and sell it. I think the store was a store in Coburg in Victoria, which got a strong Greek European settlement. They sold 900 outers one winter of just filling the bin, people buying them. So I think that's a great product. And I know from talking to the team at Hay, they love jumping on the Darrell Lee bullets and BBs. I know there's a bit of supermarket competition, but so tempting. Those BBs are wonderful. And I do love that tip. It's great with your vanilla ice cream. So if you look at that, there's 6 confectionery offers. There's Kelly's, which is the must, the Chocolate Mama and Mystery Chocolate, which is, the chocolate coated products. The Scott Brothers must have, Bacon Take, and once again the Bjorno. So it's a really solid confectionery offer, and you've got months and months to sell it with the change of season. What is my feature supplier this month? I'm going to talk a bit about Belter. So Belter has been around for a number of years. They sell them balls, they sell stickers, but they've also got something called the Sluben, which I will talk about, and I'll show some products. So this is a building block. And as building blocks, I think we all know the market leader's name. Just as, Kleenex is a word for tissue, or Hoover is a word for vacuuming, or Uber is a word for rideshare, Lego is really the name for building blocks. So Sluben's got something equivalent to this market leader. Much, much lower retail prices. Margins are fantastic. Some tremendous discounts for you. You can build a range on your counter on a slat board or a 4-way. And what I'm just going to do is just to stop sharing for the moment to just show some samples, because it's well worth, just so you can see the product. They might look familiar. I can sort of pull the block apart. You can see the little, do those blocks, they certainly look familiar. I don't want to say what they are, but they're compatible with the market leading product. So that's what the product is. Much cheaper to get involved for the parents. And the products are, it all comes in a counter display unit. So these little box products, the players, they've got a great little range of motorized building blocks. They've got male and female toys. So this is the female range. And they've got a wonderful space station collection. So you can see, you get a rough idea of the sizes of them. If I can just show you how you display them. Here's a wonderful, it's a counter unit. It fits, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. There's 16 in this product. Really a great idea. If you want to build a little toy section on a wall bay, counter, probably a bit big for the counter, but it's a great product for building blocks to keep people busy during the cooler months. So I'd encourage you to have a look at that product. And I asked Cameron, so can I have a couple of samples to show in tonight's live stream? Man, I've got a bloody warehouse full of stuff. So highly recommended and something different. So I'll just go back to continue sharing. There it is. So that's a Sluben. And the interesting aspect, talking to Cameron today, our online book for May and June was published last Monday, Tuesday. He's already got orders for the Sluben range. So I think people can see the value, particularly in this time where funds are conscious. So have a look at the Belter brand there. That's not working. Next session, winter toys. A couple of pages on toys. Toys are, you just got to keep refreshing the range, particularly in country locations. Oh no, I had that last year. What's different? Well, we've got, I think there's 45 pages of toys in that children's gifting space. So I've spoken about Belter. If they've got a really nice little product that supports the flying doctors from a regional base, I think that's wonderful. I remember being in WA driving on those roads in the goldfield, in all the middle of nowhere. There's this magnificent, smooth landing strip with a turnaway. Probably every couple of 100 kilometres, they've got these airstrips all the way through WA. Really good product to support. So that's a little plus. All brand toys. If you're looking for toys, all brands have got over 40 brands that you'd know. 2 that we're focusing on here is Zuru, which have those cones with the big bubbly eyes. It's collectible. Man, I don't understand why people collect these things, but if you knew that, you'd be worth $1 million. But that's certainly something to play in that collectible plush space. Another one, Hot Wheels, been around since I was a boy. Great little product. These are low value products, sell for $5.99. You can fill a dump bin, or you can just fill a slack wall of toys. Great for someone to throw in a parcel, great for someone to buy. It's, in effect, a loose change toy. So a couple of really smart little gifts to look at there. It's definitely not working, so I'll do it by hand. Winter toys continued. Hello Kitty, that's very much in that female space. Hello Kitty, I think it's its 50th anniversary. I could think of how you could display side of a slat wall on that Hello Kitty product. It is just famous for females, really friendly. It's just such a little girl product. If you're playing in that little girl space, there are pages and pages in our booklet for girls. We call it children's gifting, but girls' toys. Pink Poppy, they do Princess so well. All the jewelry, all the collections, got little shelf units, counter units. They just specialize in that space. So have a look at the Pink Poppy range, and there's a few others in that Princess. If you want to make a nice little girl section. Prepare tin games, novelty games, stuff to play in the car, play on holidays, just something novel to give someone. So there's Dad's Jokes, there's Quiz in a Tin, those little cards, keep them back. Just a nice little novelty, good to have on a counter, something to give a gift as a supplementary gift. So they're the toys. Couple more. Oh no, sorry. Moving like there's the toys offers. The next one is travel. We've squeezed a lot into this book, but as you know, June, July, August is European travel. It's the winter travel, and it's a time then we've got the ability to sell some travel accessories. So are you ready? Are you the store that has people getting passports, has people getting currency, has people going overseas? If you are, have a look. There's about 10 or 12 pages in there. And you can't go past Corjo as the market leader. If you've been to any of the key travel shops, any of the luggage shops, any of the concessions at the airport anyway, Corjo, they own this space. It's a great little family business. Ashley's taken over from his father. They keep refining and refining it. They are the market leader in color coding what plug to take to what country. Really easy to follow. He's got a great little bundle to get you started. It's a 10% discount off the bundle, plus there's some bonus stock thrown in there. So Corjo, if you're playing in that space, it's so much easier to grab something before you travel overseas. If you know people are going overseas, make sure they've got all their plugs. Also, it's important, have a little 4-pack extender board from Dynamic. Where's Amanda? Someone might tell me. Someone jump. We're by the power boards, because that's a good thing to sell to people going overseas. Yatzil, we talked about them earlier on. They've got a travel section. This is bright and colourful novelty. I use the word loosely, fashion. It can go on luggage, you can go on school bags, but they've got a good travel section you might want to supplement. So have a think out of your store. Are you ready for travel? Particularly on your passport counter, have some of these impulse lines you can sell very well. We will go to the next slide. Quick little ad. Diaries. We're getting heaps of orders for diaries. The diary program's out. It's online. What is it? There's 11 exclusive members offers. You can see on this slide, you can see all the red discounts, up to 10% discounts across the board. So may as well order and get the discounts. I'm frightened to say from August, they're going to start delivering the 2026 diaries. So have a look at that booklet. As I said, we're still getting orders every day. Quick little ad on the Bartel last diary company. They've been doing this for 40 years. Big call out this year. They made all their calendars sale to return. So as well as diaries, which have always been sale to return, they've now made calendars. Really good if you're regionally based. They will customize a calendar for you. In the last call, the team at Bendigo got hundreds of Bendigo calendars. So these are calendars that people can post overseas. And they do bundles of diaries. And we're just waiting for them to give us all the credits so we can tidy up this year's. They've sent us the bill, but I'm not processing it until we get the credits. A little bit of an ad to members. Thank you for being part of the team. If you know a store that would like to join, we'll give them a 10% discount, which is $25. We'll also pay you the $25 for recommending it. We find referrals the best way to grow a business. If you know a store that hasn't joined, just drop them a line, send Rob and I know, we can chase them up, and we're happy to share the gains with you. So please refer a friend to us. Business savings, really important. Such a great little business we stumbled on. This is member savings. So electricity and gas, your FPOS, your phone and internet, or your insurance. So the team here, all you've got to do is scan your bill in, simple stop. We do all, well, not we, the team does all the work. He uses artificial intelligence. He's got up to, I think it's 29 different electricity providers, scans it through the bill. They come back and get the assessment. No one from the companies ringing. You don't get spammed. We're the filter to make sure that doesn't happen. Once you got the rates, we're learning now. Power prices change every minute. We get these rates, they secure them for a couple of days. You've got to jump on it. If they miss that couple of days, you've got to resubmit and get the next price. And I can tell you now, electricity is only going one way, regardless of what they say in the elections. So is it worthwhile? Londonderry saved $1,400 off his electricity bill. Munter just saved $470 this week. Highton $352, and Tatura just out of Shepparton there $1,089. So it's just like finding $1,000 bills on the footpath. It's as simple as that. And the beauty about it, once you're on the program, next year, the team will send you a note and say, time to review electricity. Please send us your bill. They do the work again. And as they tell you, it's lazy tax. By staying with the same vendor, you'll probably change again. So just a little tip, better you having this in the money than those great big energy companies. And my last slide, what can you say? There we go. And my last message, I like to finish, sell well. So I shall stop sharing. I shall thank everybody for participating. This is the opportunity we get to ask any questions, give me some feedback, say what's working, what's not working, what we can do better. So I'll throw it to the floor if there's any questions. And that collar's sticking out, that doesn't look good. Robert, are there any questions in the chat?
Two comments, not necessarily questions. Rachel from Cohen has suggested Kelly's Candy might be in IGA stores. She said she's seen it up there in her neck of the wood.
Thank you. I'll check. Good pick up.
And then she
sorry, Rachel, I actually should have said, really want to talk about that. I should have said the Coles and Woolies for the 50%. So good pick up. Thank you, Rachel.
And yeah, just so Rachel also commented it'd be good if she could get electricity options in Townsville that's Ergon or Ergon or Ergon.
Thank you. No, that's exactly a good call out. There is an asterisk on that. Far North Queensland, I think it's north of Bundaberg, someone know. There's only one energy provider. It's the state government, and they don't compete with themselves. Tasmania is a little bit of a challenge. There's only two energy providers, and they know that if they miss out, it's not as competitive as the rest of the country. And I think parts of WA might have some challenges as well. But I'm a free market man, so more competition the better.
Marissa from Collinsville said she believes it's in the Kellys is in Collinsville as IGA Collinsville as well.
Good, that makes sense. I'll reframe my comment. I just saw Rachel talked about FPOS. Can I talk about the FPOS saving? If you are an Australia Post standalone LPO, there's pointless doing any savings because that's tied up into their system. If you are an in conjunction business with a second till and a second FPOS, absolutely jump on board. We've had a number of members do it. So we'll send you some details tomorrow, Rachel, on what to do with Matt, and he will give you, I think that back page of your statement's got the rates. He'll send it off, he'll come back with a competitive quote. So we've had some great success with FPOS because once again, that's the lazy tax. Please, Rachel, not you, but it's that you stay with the same provider, and it's the first you get it checked. And the beauty about this is it's all done by AI. So just about you scan the bill in and you take a step back. So it's quite amazing to watch how technology is changing how we do business.
Guys, just a little story on that. I'm in Sydney and I'm with Origin, which Origin is as big as Ergon and everything else, right? Been with them forever and a day. I put my bill through. Matt said he could save me when it came back. I could save $804 annually, and it was through Hydro Tassie, which is Momentum Energy. I got a call from Origin the next day and said, "Oh, we understand that you want to change providers. We can match the offer that you're going to." And I politely told them that if you could match it, it means you could have offered me that for however long ago. And I said, thanks, but no thanks. So there are savings to be had there. It might not work for everyone purely because of location or whatever else. But all I'll say is you don't know until you put the bills through, see what it spits out, and then you make a decision.
Totally agree.
That's it. That's all in the chat now, Pete.
Okay. I did see a couple of people jumped on during the session. Tomorrow or the next day, we will send an email to everybody. We're going to change the process now. We'll send a little note to say, here's the link, here's the presentation, and I'll actually copy my presentation so you can have a look at it afterwards. Because it is a bit daunting when we give you 100 pages, they find some offers. So to narrow it down, we get some really good feedback, and we commit to do these little live streams every month because people love it.
Trish has just typed in.
Yes.
Here you go. Here's another saving. Trish, which is at Robe. We're saving minimum $1,000 a quarter with their electricity, which is awesome. And just some feedback, Rachel. As always, appreciate your efforts. Just got to make time to go shopping. Thank you and good night.
Good. Okay. Well, everyone, please, you know the rules. If you're not happy or you want something, just drop us a line. We'll try and find it. We love what we do. Thank you for being members, and we look forward to speaking to you next month. Thank you.
Thanks for joining, everybody. Have a great night.